Hi all, this is Tommy B, and this will be a quick guide about how to use the tracker bot, what features are available currently, how to set up, and basically a short tutorial how to start using this application. In the very top you can see private key and address. Basically this is mandatory to be able to communicate with your wallet. My address is basically providing your license to be able to log in, and the private key from the Metamask giving you the option to trade with the Metamask. So this is the bridge between Metamask and the application. Next to the wallet there is an option to set a few profiles. Let's say if you own more licenses, then you can open two or more instances. Then you can set up profiles for each of the trade as you wish. Here you can add the profile. Next, new profile, you can name it. Let's say name. You click on the plus button, it's add, then click on save, and then the extra profile will appear in the drop down. Next to the profile settings there is a settings button where basically you can set up dark mode, normal light mode, deadline tolerance, basically deadline tolerance to check if someone's sending a transaction in the past. So basically it's kind of against to get scammed by the tracked wallet. Usually I'm leaving in couple of seconds, don't need to go crazy with, otherwise it will be getting a lot of transactions reverted. Restart time, basically restarting the system and freshen the memory. By default it's on 60 minutes, however I recommend to keep it short. I know there is a risk to you miss a call when it's restarting, but still good to refresh the memory of the application. So my suggestion is between 15 to 30 minutes is ideal, and the application will be always in good performance, so you don't need to restart manually. This is done automatically, as I mentioned. If you are scanning the wallet, this will managing in the background and moving back to the same position, so you don't need to do nothing. Whenever it's appearing in the console, just ignore, because the application knows what to do. Underneath the servers, basically this is a tough server, but if you have your own you can set this. When you getting the node, you need to paste both field the server details, then click save, and the application will close, and manually you have to reopen it to start to enable the node connection. And then if you can see a part for the cancel transaction. So basically when you are let's say getting stuck because the tracked wallet sending a transaction with log way, it can happen that it's stuck for an hour. Probably most of you already seen this in the past. So if there is something stuck, you can set up the gas price and gas limit, and you can clean up, so you don't need to manually manage this in your Metamask. You can manage from the application. What you should set for gas and gas limit, I would say 700k is sufficient for the gas limit. And the gas price, always check the actual block gas price and add let's say 20% extra. So if you're going to any site where you can check the current gas, or you are just going to tap Discord, there is a if gas settings. Let's say if it's 13, I would go with 20, then click on cancel transaction, and all the pending transaction will be cleaned up. And then if you can see a button for checking your node connectivity. If it's connected well, you will get response back over here in the console. And the button next shows you if you have anything stuck. So this one should be used if it's saying totally different than what is ready. Let's say if there is transaction current and transaction past is not matching, if the two number is not matching, means you have a stuck transaction. So you check with this button if you have stuck transaction. If yes, you click cancel transaction and the bot will be up again. Clear list, basically it's cleaning up the trade list and all the list what you have in the trade tabs and the history tab. I don't want to click now because I have some details there, but that's the button stands for. Clear cache stands for if your config for some reason having some malfunction, you click there and it's completely cleaning up every settings what you have in the tracker bot, and then you can start to reconfigure from scratch. You have email notification settings, you can set this, and there is an approve tab where you can approve some tokens and on the specific router. So very often users are trading with webdif or USDC or another tokens. Basically you select the router what you want and the token, click on approve, then it's approving on the wallet. So let's say you are tracking someone who is using webdif instead of normally if you have to approve the token before to be able to follow him. You will recognize this easily when let's say you're trying to follow someone and an error message pops up and the error message contains a message or code with webdif issue. By default, I recommend to everyone to run this on every wallet, because you never know when the tracked wallet changing their mind and they use webdif or USDC to trade. Very important, if you tracking someone who is using those tokens, make sure you are holding on your wallet as well. So it's not sufficient that you have ETH in your wallet and then another 2 or 3 tokens not. The application will not convert to you and will not ape in the same way. So you need to hold the same tokens. So if the person having ETH and webdif and USDC and the person using it actively, you need to make sure that webdif and USDC approved, and you need to hold also in your wallet. When it's done, the application should be ready to trade those tokens as well. Okay, let's move to the main part. Under here in the plus button, you can the wallet who you want to track. Basically, you name the wallet, wallet1 or whatever you would like. Sorry, and you paste an address. Let me pick just quickly an address. Okay, I will just pick some random address over from this contract. So let's say I want to track this wallet. I paste his wallet or info over here, click add, then you will see in the drop down there will be wallets appearing.